Alright, so let's start the Folin-Ciocalteu assay for total phenol. And the first thing you need to add is 1 ml of the gallic acid working solutions, standard solutions. So one is done. Next up, solution B. This is the next highest concentration, and it goes to number 2. Change tip. Solution C is a different concentration of gallic acid, and it goes to test tube number 3. Solution D. Goes to 4. And the highest standard gallic acid standard is solution E. Hopefully I have enough in there. Yep. And it goes to 5. Okay, and then our beer sample. I also need 1 ml of that. And it goes to the last test tube. Alright, so the next thing that needs to be added is the Folin-Ciocalteu reagent. And we need 1 ml on every test tube. Folin-Ciocalteu reagent is 1 to 10 dilution of the stock. And I need to add 1 ml on every test tube into each test tube. Just double checking. Blank. The next 5 are gallic acid standard solutions. Gotta wait until that last drop. It's just stubborn. Thank you. That worked. Okay. It just doesn't like to dispense. Good thing it didn't do that with the calibration standard. At least this one is your excess reagent. And last one is the sample. Then we wait 6 minutes for the reaction. Okay. Is it me, or does it look like it
A little bit.
started changing color?
A little bit green.
Alright, so it will be like 5 past on the clock. Do I have parallax error here? Now we're adding the sodium hydroxide solution in order to adjust the pH. And it's 2 mils of sodium hydroxide. Next. Doing a great job here. Splitting the work. So you can see the reaction is now producing the blue colored product, which is a complex between the Folin-Ciocalteu reagent and the total phenolic compounds in the standard solutions and also in the beer sample. Look at that. So we can kind of eyeball where the beer sample might be in terms of total phenols by comparing the intensity of its color with one of the standards. All right, so maybe 11 past, I think.
Okay. 42.
So we need to wait for 3 minutes for the reaction to complete. And then we'll quench the reaction, meaning we'll stop it by putting everything in ice water bath. Three, two, one. Fun's over. All right, I think.
Okay, so we have our spectrometer. It's been on to warm up the lamp for a few minutes, and now I'm going to go through this procedure to run our standard curve that we made. So I have it on, I go to standard methods, and then standard curve. Okay. So now I'm in the standard curve screen to adjust my different configurations. So I'm entering 765 for the wavelength. I've entered 5 standards. My units are parts per million. And then we're using a regression curve fit. We have standards for our calibration. And for this experiment, we're going to have the replicates turned off. So when you're finished with that, you hit next. And then you enter in your standard concentrations. So our first one is 2. Our second one is 4. Our third one is 6. Doesn't let me go. Our fourth one is 8. And our fifth one is 10. So now I have all of those entered in. I'm going to press the green play button again. And now we're ready to insert our blank sample. And you want to insert your sample on this right side. It's built for a bigger size cuvette. And then your arrow is going to match these arrows here facing the same direction. And so I press this 0 button for the blank. And we can hear it going. And then we're going to enter the first standard. And we hit this play button.
Green.
Okay, and it's coming up as
right.
0.17 absorbance. So if we've done everything correctly, obviously they'll keep going up. Now I'm on my second standard, and I hit play. Here's our third one. we're still looking good. Starting, you can see on the screen it starts to give you a little bit of a line as you have enough points. Here's our fourth one. Still looking good. And our last one.
And
Okay, and so now we can see our calibration curve on the screen, and it's got your equation written below it, and RR squared is 0.9987. So
we
pretty good.
passed! Yay!
And now we're ready to measure our unknown sample, which is diluted blue moon. And so I'm going to put that in, and hopefully it will work.
Green. Yeah.
Okay, and so it's giving us a concentration of 4.928, and that's parts per million, just like our standard curve. So now we can back calculate from our dilution and get our concentration of phenols.